Hi, I'm glad you're back and watching another video. Throughout the fall, the women at Christ the Savior are going to be studying the book Belonging by Karoline. Each week there'll be short videos posted to tell you a little bit about the chapter, maybe as a refresh if you've already read it, or just as an introduction before you get into the chapter. This first chapter is the introduction, and in this chapter, Karoline Lewis takes us through the Gospel of John, gives us some overview, preparing us to study the story of the woman at the well. First, she breaks it down and says there are two sections of John. There is the 1st through 12th chapters that make up the book of signs. These are the stories of Jesus's ministry. There's 3 years from the time of his baptism through the final week of his life. And then the second section of John is chapters 13 through 21. And this is called the Book of Glory. And it takes us from the upper room where Jesus is washing the feet of his disciples all the way through the death and resurrection, and then those post-resurrection stories, those encounters of Jesus. If we look at the themes throughout John, we see a couple things emerge. First, this idea of rebirth or new creation, that Jesus comes and new life is possible through Jesus. Second is the identity. John is writing to a Jewish audience and is very clear about Jesus' identity from the very beginning. Jesus is God. Next, we'll see the idea of relationship, that Jesus comes in human form so that people can know that they can have a true and right relationship with God. And next, witness, the idea John is written so that we can hear the stories of Jesus and then tell the stories of Jesus. And so the idea of witness, that the things that people experience and the things that happen to people through Jesus, that they are able to show and to tell that story to others. And then finally, John is written with the idea that there is abundance. One of my favorite verses in the Bible is John 10:10. Jesus says, "I come so that you may have life and have it abundantly." As you think through this chapter, there are a couple questions I want you to think about. One is, what do you think a disciple is? What does it mean to be a disciple? What does that word mean to you? How has it been used in your lifetime? Both good and bad. Where have you wrestled maybe with that word? And next, I want you to think about the importance of relationship and conversation, and where we have those in life today, where there are important conversations and relationships happening. How are those things happening with Jesus as well? We're going to take these themes and delve into, next week, we're going to delve into the story of the woman at the well. But read through the whole of John, but especially read through that John 4 passage in the story of the woman at the well, and we'll look at it more next week. Thanks.